Hi, everyone. Welcome to Tales for English Fluency. I'm your host, Emma, and today I have a special guest with me. She is my friend Ava, who is also an intermediate English learner. Say hi, Ava.
Hi, everyone. I'm happy to be here with Emma and all of you.
In this episode, we are going to talk about a serious and important topic, drug addiction. We will share some facts and statistics about drug addiction, as well as some personal stories and opinions. We hope that this podcast will help you learn more about this issue and also improve your English skills.
Yes, drug addiction is a very complex and challenging problem that affects millions of people around the world. It can have devastating consequences for the individual, their family, and their society. It is not something that can be easily solved or ignored.
That's right, Ava. Before we start our conversation, we want to remind you that at the end of this podcast, we will review some of the new words and phrases that we used. We will also give you some questions to check your comprehension and practice your speaking. So make sure you listen carefully and take notes if you can.
Okay, let's begin. Emma, can you tell us what drug addiction is and how it happens?
Sure, Ava. Drug addiction is a chronic brain disorder that makes a person unable to stop using drugs, even if they want to or know the harmful effects. It happens when a person repeatedly uses a drug that changes the way their brain works. The drug can affect their mood, memory, motivation, and reward system. Over time, the person becomes dependent on the drug and needs more of it to feel the same effect. This is called tolerance. They also experience withdrawal symptoms when they stop using the drug. This is called dependence.
Wow, that sounds very scary and difficult to overcome. Do you know what are some of the most common drugs that people get addicted to?
Well, there are many types of drugs that can cause addiction, but some of the most common ones are opioids, cocaine, methamphetamine, heroin, and marijuana. Opioids are a class of drugs that include prescription painkillers, such as oxycodone, hydrocodone, and morphine, as well as illegal drugs, such as heroin and fentanyl. Cocaine is a stimulant drug that increases the level of dopamine in the brain, which causes euphoria, alertness, and energy. Methamphetamine is another stimulant drug that has similar effects as cocaine, but lasts longer and is more addictive. Heroin is an opioid drug that is derived from morphine and produces a strong sense of relaxation and pleasure. Marijuana is a plant that contains a psychoactive compound called THC, which alters the perception, mood, and cognition of the user.
I see. And what are some of the signs and symptoms of drug addiction? How can we tell if someone is addicted to drugs?
Well, some of the signs and symptoms of drug addiction are changes in appearance, such as weight loss, poor hygiene, or red eyes. Changes in behavior, such as lying, stealing, isolating, or being secretive. Changes in mood, such as depression, anxiety, irritability, or aggression. Changes in health, such as insomnia, nausea, headaches, or infections. Loss of interest in hobbies, work, school, or relationships. Cravings for the drug and inability to stop or control the use. Spending a lot of time, money, and effort to obtain and use the drug. Neglecting responsibilities and obligations. Experiencing legal, financial, or social problems due to the drug use. Continuing to use the drug despite the negative consequences.
Those are some very alarming signs and symptoms. I can imagine how hard it must be for the person and their loved ones to deal with drug addiction. Emma, do you have any personal experience or story related to drug addiction that you would like to share with us?
Yes, I do, Ava. Unfortunately, I have a cousin who is addicted to heroin. He started using it when he was 18 years old after he dropped out of high school. He said he was depressed and bored and he wanted to escape from his problems. He met some friends who introduced him to heroin, and he got hooked. He has been using it for over 10 years now and he has lost everything. He lost his job, his car, his house, and his family. He has been in and out of jail, rehab, and hospital. He has overdosed several times and almost died. He has tried to quit many times, but he always relapses. He says he hates himself and his life, but he can't stop. He is in a very bad shape, and I don't know if he will ever recover.
Oh, Emma, I'm so sorry to hear that. That is a very sad and tragic story. How do you cope with that? How do you help your cousin?
Well, it's not easy, Ava. It's very painful and frustrating to see someone you love suffer from drug addiction. I try to be supportive and compassionate, but I also have to set some boundaries and limits. I can't enable or condone his drug use, but I also can't force or blame him. I have to respect his choices and his process, but I also have to protect myself and my family. I try to encourage him to seek professional help and join a support group, but I also have to accept that he may not be ready or willing. I try to hope for the best, but I also have to prepare for the worst. I try to take care of myself and my mental health, and I also seek help from others who understand and empathize with me.
I admire your courage and strength, Emma. You are doing the best you can, and I hope your cousin will find his way out of addiction someday. Thank you for sharing your story with us.
Thank you for listening, Ava. And thank you, dear listeners, for joining us in this podcast. We hope you learned something new and useful today. Now, let's review some of the new words and phrases that we used in this episode. Ava, can you start?
Sure, Emma. The first word is chronic. Chronic means lasting for a long time or recurring frequently. For example, drug addiction is a chronic brain disorder that makes a person unable to stop using drugs.
The second word is tolerance. Tolerance means the reduced effect of a drug after repeated use, requiring more of the drug to achieve the same effect. For example, over time, the person becomes dependent on the drug and needs more of it to feel the same effect. This is called tolerance.
The third word is withdrawal. Withdrawal means the unpleasant physical and psychological symptoms that occur when a person stops using a drug. For example, they also experience withdrawal symptoms when they stop using the drug. This is called dependence.
The fourth word is euphoria. Euphoria means a feeling of intense happiness and excitement. For example, cocaine is a stimulant drug that increases the level of dopamine in the brain, which causes euphoria, alertness, and energy.
The fifth word is psychoactive. Psychoactive means affecting the mind or mental processes. For example, marijuana is a plant that contains a psychoactive compound called THC, which alters the perception, mood, and cognition of the user.
The sixth word is craving. Craving means a strong desire or urge for something, especially a drug. For example, cravings for the drug and inability to stop or control the use are signs of drug addiction.
The seventh word is relapse. Relapse means to return to drug use after a period of abstinence or recovery. For example, he has tried to quit many times, but he always relapses.
The eighth word is enable. Enable means to make something possible or easier, especially to help or support someone's drug use. For example, I can't enable or condone his drug use, but I also can't force or blame him.
The ninth word is condone. Condone means to accept or allow something that is wrong or illegal, especially to overlook or forgive someone's drug use. For example, I can't enable or condone his drug use, but I also can't force or blame him.
The 10th word is empathize. Empathize means to understand and share the feelings of another person, especially to show sympathy or compassion for someone's situation. For example, I seek help from others who understand and empathize with me.
Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. We hope you found it useful and interesting. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get notified of our new episodes. We upload a new podcast every day, so you will always have something new and exciting to learn with us.
And please also like, comment, and share our videos with your friends and family who are also learning English. We appreciate your support and your participation in our community of English learners.
That's all for today. We hope you have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are. Stay safe and healthy, and keep learning English with us.
Bye for now.
Bye, everyone.